Good afternoon and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Julio Peralta. Crown JP Ranch is with us as well. So just wanted to give you guys a quick tutorial on how to make a bosal for a horse. And I'm going to give you an example of what it's going to end up being. This is what it's going to end up being, as you can see. Okay. And then once that's done, this is what the hackamore looks like with the bosal itself. And the bosal itself with a little more of a fancier look to it. And I'll be addressing some of these, some more videos on how to do these knots and the threading around the bosal. But just wanted to give you guys a heads up on how it's done. Basically, we have a rope, right? We have a rope. I cut it, measured 2 feet here, put tape on one end, tape at the other end, and then left about a foot so I could work with. Once this is done and cut with and put tape on, basically I'm going to unite it together like this. And then once it's united, I'm going to go ahead and put some tape here and a little lower, and it's going to end up looking like this. That being said, I used some hoof snips to cut the rope to make it easier to cut with, a ruler to measure, of course, and a tape. So with that being said, I tend to use part of a deer antler to do the finish. And moving forward to making the knot itself, I'm gonna go ahead and sit down. If you guys have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate you guys doing so. And if you like the videos, go ahead and put a like and your comments and share. Of course, if you like the way I expressed and made the tutorial. So that being said, I'm gonna start with there's 4 strands on one side, 4 strands on the other. I'm gonna bring the first side and I'm gonna bring it over. I'm gonna put my thumb, bring it over, around, and I'm gonna put it right through where the thumb is. Okay, there we go. And once that's done, I'm gonna try to see if I could keep it steady to where it's uniform and it's in order, so that it looks a bit nice at the finished end side of it. Okay. There we go. Now, once that's done, I'm gonna get my other 4 strands, and wherever it goes in and over, I'm gonna cross the other ones over that. The other 4 that are left. So I'm gonna cross them over, right? I'm gonna go around, over, around, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the first few up, and it's gonna go through it, through the first knot that we made, and then it's gonna go under the other one as well. So I'm gonna pull slowly so that they stay in order on this side. Okay, there you go. Once that's done, trying to keep them in order as well so that it looks pretty nice at the finished side of it. Right there we go. Now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to pull slow, all four, and then one by one slowly. Same with this other side. Pull all four, and then one by one slowly. And I'm gonna proceed to continue to do the same thing. Same again on the other side. I'm gonna pull, and then one by one. Then, as you guys can see, it's looking fairly nice and small and compact. So keep going one by one, pulling one by one. And then try to keep it together so it looks nice. And I'm gonna keep pulling hard as I can. One by one. Turn it around, move on to the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, it's turned out pretty good. Now what I tend to do as well is once I'm done tightening up, right, I tend to wet this with hot water and still pull, and you'll still get a little bit more stretch out of it. But for this occasion, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep pulling one by one. There we go. Okay, so this is as far as I'm gonna go. Your bosal is done here. Right now, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take the tape off. Okay, that's one. And turn it. Okay, so this comes in handy when you're doing this. Okay, I put a knot on this just so it's a little more round and a little less harsh. But that being said, this is what the outcome is of the bosal. Now what I do is give it, I would say, little less than a centimeter around there, and then I cut. So I cut at that location. So it's easier to cut with the snips, of course. You can hear when it cuts, and so this is the outcome of the bosal. Once it's done, I'll unthread these a little bit more. Right, and then once I do that, I go get the lighter and I burn. So once it's burning, I let it burn for a little bit, Then after that, then what I'll do is I'll put pressure on here, put it together, and this is, like I said, this is how it's gonna end up, and there's no way it's gonna be undone. So this is our outcome. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll make another video on how to do the hackamore itself. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys taking the time and looking at my tutorials on how to do this. I'll continue to make more. I've only done one, but it's been tough because I'm trying to do both English and Spanish, so I'm proceeding to move on to the English ones. And like I said, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit like, put your comments, and see you in the next video. Appreciate you guys taking the time.